views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in the cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to RAP Paranormal and Friends with your hosts,
Kim Purvis
and Allison Robinson. Make sure to check us out on our Facebook pages, RAP Paranormal and Friends and RAP Paranormal Busters, for up-to-date show information and events. Hello everyone, welcome to RAP Paranormal and Friends. We are having a return guest for you on this show today. Her name is Janine Lowe. She is a renowned expert in Chinese astrology, body language, Fengshui, and she's an interior designer. The last time she was on, she talked about her book, Date, Love, Marry, Avoid, which did hit #1 on the Amazon charts in 2023. But today she is back to talk to us about her new book, Feng Shui, Your Way to Abundance. So welcome back, Janine.
Hi, Alison. Lovely to be back with you.
Yes.
I brought the book out in December in the UK. It came out in America in January. Again, It hit #1, which was amazing. Yeah, so I've really enjoyed it. But if you're asking me if I'm going to write another book, not for a few years.
That it takes quite a time to be able to sit down and write something out. And I give props to those who can just spit them out like it's nothing, but that is not something for me, and I totally respect you for wanting to take some time off from...
Well, I think it's the amount of chocolate and cake that I eat. I'm not joking. Whenever I go to write a book, I literally have to have chocolate, cake everywhere. People coming to see me, they'll come in and be like 5 cups of coffee, ends of biscuits. I literally... all the walking that I try and do off, so I'm just going to have a year off so I can keep this weight off.
There you go. Unless you get one of those walking treadmill things that you could stand at a desk while you write. Yeah, I don't know how that would work, but you can still eat your chocolate while you're doing that. It counteracts each other.
People won't believe they say it's just an excuse, but it's just it's a huge craving when you write a book. Writing a book is... I really enjoyed it, but then getting it to the process where it's picked up by a publisher, and then the process of going through the publisher, and then waiting a year, because I wrote this book in 2023 and waiting the year for it to come out. But the build up to Feng Shui Your Way with can't even say the word now, Feng Shui Your Way to Abundance, after Date, Love, Marry, Avoid was big, because the first one was successful. So it really scared me. I can be genuinely honest that the second one wouldn't have as such a good response, but it's actually even better, because I think with Feng Shui, people can immediately go into the book and start changing their lives by using their houses.
So for some of our listeners who may not know a whole lot about this, can you kind of tell them what Feng Shui is?
Okay,
Little description.
Okay, so I'll give Feng Shui. Feng Shui means wind and water, and the reason it's called Feng Shui is because when you activate a house, which I could go into a little bit later, you need to use moving water. Now, how will I explain Feng Shui? Feng Shui is when you go into a room and it just feels really good, positive vibes. Yeah. So that'll be a room that has no clutter in it, that has the right elements, the right feeling, the right furniture, the right colour, all this sort of thing. So that's Feng Shui. So I've described how to do your house to bring abundance in it, because there's 9 different areas to your house. There's creativity, career, good fortune, wealth, knowledge, ancestry. So I covered that all in the book in the different 9 areas in the house. And then the idea is that you have this, never do all 9, by the way, just focus on 3, because 9's too much to do. So Feng Shui is about living in the most positive energy that you can. Surely, Alison, when you've gone to do what you do in life with your paranormal things, you go into a building and it just doesn't feel right.
Yep.
So when you go into these buildings that don't feel right, do you find that they're sort of cluttered, heavy furniture, or have you gone into really modern houses and they've been fine?
I haven't really done any modern places. A lot of these places are, older buildings from like the 1900s, things of that nature. And sometimes I just walk into an area and I just feel a shift in energy, more or less. Some places, do feel overwhelming, like there's too much clutter, but a lot of times it feels like there's like an energy shift, like something is off. And it's not always, and when I go to these locations, some of them I go to multiple times, and I may not have that same experience in that same particular room as I did the previous time. And I don't know if something, I don't notice that anything has changed in that room or anything like that, but I just feel a shift.
Yeah. So Feng Shui is the name for using the energy in the house to make it more positive. So if you go into a coffee house or cafe or whatever you call them in America, and you go in, you've got a very happy person at the front, you've got the right smell of the coffee, you're like, I'm happy, the whole energy is buzzing. Yes. If you go into a coffee house where the tables are still cluttered, the whole, the service behind the counter, they're on their phone, shall we say, that I'm trying to explain is the energy when you go into people's houses. So if you go, if you were to come in my house, I take in street cats, I'm not a mad cat lady, but I do have cats and they do go. And so the energy is really high vibe. So you walk in the door, it's all Feng Shui'd up. There's not a lot of furniture. There's certainly not a lot of clutter, which is nice. When I'm going to change something a little bit, but when you get up in the morning and you've got to go to work, you've got to go out and do something, and you immediately go to your wardrobe and it's full of clothes. You go, what am I going to wear? Not all of us have 7 black trousers and 7 black jeans.
Right. Yes.
So the idea is that with your house, you make it just easy to live in, so that you don't have, I will be totally honest. My house is grey, and I do it up with colour, like cushions and soft mirrors and things like that, and I won't have clutter. And sometimes clutter isn't something you can help by getting. Right. So family costs, heirlooms get given down, old dolls come to you and you keep them.
Which are behind me.
I know, but you wouldn't get rid of them, right?
No.
But there's a certain place in the house that they would really help you. And that's the point of Feng Shui, placing the right things exactly in the right places. So when I wrote the book, I couldn't go to my clients because there wasn't travel and things like that. So what I did was I wrote it as if I was writing it for the client, so that my clients could just pick up the book, they could go and do it themselves, they knew how to do it. So it's an easy peasy, and it's not a dummies book, because these dummies books, they're like yellow and black and they're huge. This is a very easy book to use. So I called it Fengshui, Your Way to Abundance, because abundance means different things to different people.
Right.
So that it would cover not only wealth, it would cover, like, some people are lonely in their own houses and they don't get to meet people, and they want to meet people. So I did a big section on that, and in your house, that is actually the northwest, and on how to make your house work for you in a positive way. So also people wanted, they could be in a relationship and it's not going so well. So I worked on a corner in the southwest showing you how to make your relationship in a much better way, and also if you're single, how to bring someone in. So people say, is Feng Shui magic? It's a little bit of magic. It's a lot of manifesting and a lot of action. So as soon as you start to work in an area, so let's say you're going to work in the wealth area, just because we can, right? So wealth is in the northeast of your house.
Okay.
And what you have to do in that area, which is, if you stand in the centre of your house, I'm very positive about degrees here. If you stand in the centre of your house, which the book shows you how to find it, you then get between 25 and 65 degrees. That's the wealth area. It's that precise, in a house. So that area should be not cluttered, obviously. I always think of it like a library, so like in burgundies and reds, that sort of colour. It's where you work your finances out. It's where you put symbols in there that help you with wealth. If you go through the Chinese things, there's lots of different items that you can buy to manifest that area. It's where you think about what you're going to do with your wealth, where you want to bring it in. It's this year, it's like where you put a manifest board, and a manifest board doesn't just have wealth, it has all the things you want on it. And people think you just put it on a board, and then you put it up.
Right.
No. So in my book, I've gone step by step how to manifest, because a board's great, but it's just a board, So I've gone through manifesting, intention, etc., things like that will help you start to bring the abundance in. So going back to the original point of a house and getting positive energy, can you imagine if you were sitting in a very positive area in your house and it was all set up, you'd just start to feel good, wouldn't you? And if you start to feel good, everything attracts itself.
Yeah, I definitely need to find a place like that in my house. It's a hot mess.
I think though it's they're easy words to do, and people get very over what's the word? They overcomplicate it. So if you were just to say, let's just say it was your kitchen, the wealth area, okay? Because then it makes it easier.
Right.
So you have your drawer. We all have these drawers that you chuck your batteries in, your keys, that old cork that you might have had, or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've got the drawer full of all the stuff. Notice I said stuff, and you take it all out, and then you find this old elastic band that's going to crumble and a battery that's leaking and that. So you throw that all away. Now you're working on your wealth here. So as you're doing it, you're thinking, no, that's broken. That I won't need that anymore. So as you're working on it, you're putting in that you want the wealth to come in, because you're working in this particular area, which is where the book helps you. So by uncluttering the energy and allowing it to move and keeping your intention for money, then that's when it starts to come in. So it has to be actionable. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to focus. I mean, I haven't actually done it yet, because I read through the book and how to go in. But if I'm thinking about it, the center of my house is kind of my kitchen, but off to the northeast is like my dining area. how would you do something? What would you do in that area?
So if you had the kitchen and part of so some
it's
people
kind of
only
like
have
one big room type.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was going to say, some people just have one room. They live in one room. Their bed,
Yeah.
They live in lofts and everything. Mm-hmm. So all you have to do is in that one room,
mm-hmm.
use the center, find the center, mm-hmm. which is easier to explain in the book than it is on the verbal thing. Yes. And you get your directions and you go exactly to that area. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like, what's that? Acupuncture. The acupuncture right. parts in your body. Yeah. Feng Shui's like that. It's the Feng Shui that I use anyway. Mm-hmm. And so you go to that precise area and you look at it from the point of view of how that area should be Feng Shui'd. Uh-huh. And then you make it exactly how it should be. Yeah. So, and then you go from there. So the northeast in my house mm-hmm. is in my kitchen randomly. In a cupboard that I don't use very much because it's right on the corner. So what right. I've done in this house, mm-hmm. I have put a water feature outside exactly on the northeast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that actually brings the money in mm-hmm. because it's movement. Mm-hmm. But because I couldn't use the area because it's just, it's like a little cubby hole. Mm-hmm. There's right. not a lot you can do with it. It's clean, it's tidy, mm-hmm. it's got all the right things. Right. So I've gone outside the house and put a water feature in there. Mm-hmm. But if you do have enough space in the northeast, it's mm-hmm. really good. If you can't put a water feature in, it's really good to put like an aquarium in.
I used to have one there. Mm-hmm.
How were your finances then?
That's been years ago. I think it was probably better then.
So
maybe I need to put my aquarium back in there.
You laugh, but actually that would be a really good thing to do because you start to see the changes. Mm-hmm. So because obviously people are just buying a flat book, I thought I would show them. So there's chapters on mm-hmm. clients that I've actually Feng Shui'd, what they've called me in for, what they wanted to do. They've had to go away and do it, mm-hmm. and what their results are at the end of it, and their real life stories. I remember this one lady. I'll tell you the wealth one.
Sure.
This wealth lady. She was fairly wealthy anyway. Like she didn't have to worry so much about money.
Right.
And but her wealth area was in this corner, which she didn't use. It was full of dust. It had great big cupboards, mm-hmm. Big heavy furniture. It was a room she didn't use at all. It had an old rocking chair. Mm-hmm. So she's one of these people that would collect all family items and everything. Mm-hmm. So when I showed her this area and she was like, oh, I don't really like that area. And I said, you don't really like your wealth then? She goes, oh, yes, of course I do. And I was like, well, you're going to have to empty it. Oh. You're going to have to take it all out. And bless her, she was mm-hmm. like, I don't know, 70 odd. And she went and did it. She took it all out. Mm-hmm. She put all the right furniture in it, painted it the right room, etc., etc. And through her life, she'd always acquired money from random sources of families mm-hmm. and that. And again, she came into another lump of money, money that she didn't know. Mm-hmm. And that was just because she, in my thought, she was always taking other people's blessed bits in mm-hmm. that they loved. And when we started to clear the particular area, rather than this dusty, murky feeling, mm-hmm. it just lightened it. And that was her story. It was a little bit more involved than that, but
right. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what about? I mean, with the feng shui, it's not always. Yeah, I mean, it's abundance, in that you said it can mean anything to anybody. But like, what about like health? Like, if you want good health, is there something for that?
Health is a funny one because I do believe in alternative things, but mm-hmm. I don't think Feng Shui can be treated as a doctor. Mm-hmm. So all I do say, the health is in the centre of your house. Always keep it clear and clean, and no TVs or anything. Keep it quiet and clean, and so there's nothing like affecting it. But they do say, which is what I do know, is mm-hmm. that the front door of your house is your mouth. So mm-hmm. always keep it clean and tidy. The windows are your eyes. So always make sure they're clean. And if you have a roof, that's your head. So there's different parts of the house that are related to the body. And if you work along the sides and making sure that everything's, you know, working clean and tidy, then starts happening. I'm making it sound like all you have to do is have a clean and tidy house. That's not quite how it is.
Right.
It's just that when I go into someone's house and they ask me into Feng Shui, I find all the directions, and they might invite me in because they're saying, oh, they're lonely or they want to meet someone or that. But often you'll find that another area, like the ancestry, which is in the east, is just full of stuff. And I'll be like, how'd you get on with your parents? Oh, no, I don't get on with my parents. And that is actually the problem. I'm not doing the whole psychic thing, but it's just different areas in your house that you put clutter in reflects on what is going on in your life. So
I think I just need to get a dumpster and throw everything out. Start all over. That's what I need to do.
Well, they say that cats like to sleep on negative energy. Have you ever found that when you've been doing your visiting to houses?
No, you know, because I haven't been anywhere where there's been any cats in the houses or buildings. But I mean, I do have cats, but I'm just trying to think of anything, because, you know, I've had things come home with me before, so I'm trying to think if I've seen them do anything, kind of, but I have not. So I'm going to have to look into that, though. I'm going to have to watch that.
Yeah, cats will find energy. As you know, the book is with a cat on the front, because that's a Chinese thing. The cat goes all the way through the book. I notice with cats, if there's been any sort of negativity, or, you know, I've gone before, I've like smudged everything, they will pick it up very quickly. If they're, you know, old cats particularly, they vibe towards negative geopathic stress. I've got a very old cat, she's 14, and because I live by the sea, as hard as I try to get rid of the geopathic stress, because the way sea comes in and out, it's there, and she sleeps on it. Oh, wow. So, yeah, that's a big telltale sign. Dogs are completely different. They would not go anywhere near any negative chi.
Oh, yeah. I have heard that one, but I have not heard about the cats, so that's interesting. So I'm going to have to kind of watch that the next time and see if I pick up on anything at any locations that we might be at. Now, in your book, I know you talk about like a map, like an energy map. I can't remember. I think it starts with a B. I'm drawing a blank.
Bagua.
But yes.
The Bagua.
Yes. Can you explain a little bit about that?
I say, okay, so at the beginning of the book, I teach you how to find the center of your house, yeah? And then I teach you give you all the different areas of the house. And these are the areas that you work in to make the positive things come to fruition. So in the south of your house is fame and illumination. So that's, if you want to be famous, you activate that. And I'll show you how to activate that in the book. Then we have the southwest, which is relationships, which is a great one to activate, especially this year. And then we have the west of your house is creativity. So when people have wanted to make babies and they haven't been very lucky, I'll feng shui a house and make sure that's in a good position to have babies, so you can guess what you've got to do there. Then we have the northwest, which is helpful people, which is really good. If ever I ask anybody to activate anywhere, that's the northwest, because having people that you can, mentors or friends or anyone that can help you in life, is a really good thing. The north of your house is your career, which is a really good thing to activate again if you want to be self-employed or move forward, or even if you hate your job and you want to change it. This is very good. The northeast we've covered, which is wealth. East, which is ancestry. I tend to put up pictures when people are talking about that that relate to past family, or I mean, some people just put pictures of witches up because they say that's where my ancestry is. And that's fine by me. I totally get that one. It's right on my track. Then we go to south east, which is good fortune. So it's like a square, and the centre of your house is where your health is, which I say keep quiet and that sort of thing. So all these different, the Bagua is there to help you work on exactly each area in your house that you can start to work immediately on, and you will immediately start to see the difference. Literally within 15 minutes of working in that area, your energy will feel completely different. Just because you started working on that particular area that you've chosen to do it. I mean, sometimes you can just have like paint parties if that area is red or whatever colour you want to do it, or you want to do your wardrobes out with your girlfriends or boyfriends. Just go out and spend time doing it. It gives you good ideas on how to declutter, etc. Don't even get me started on your phone. How many photos have you got on your phone?
One. Yeah, my phone is terrible. I have 2,257.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's all my kids.
Yeah, it's a hard one, and you have to make sure you don't turn your WhatsApp on so it syncs to your phone photos all the time. But things as simple that you carry around with you with your phone. You know, when you're trying to find that picture of your daughter or your son, and you've got all those photos to find. That gives you a little bit of makes you feel a little bit unstable. Not unstable like you're mad or anything, but just it's not the best tea in the world, is it? You know,
correct. Yes.
So, or we have our handbags or our wallets or whatever, you know. I mean, in fairness, I don't think I take a handbag out now. Now I've got Apple Pay, I just put my phone in my back pocket.
Okay, yeah. I have downsized, but then I'm like, if I'm out with my girls or something, they're like, "Can you carry this? Can you carry that?" And I'm like, I just carry one of those little crossbody ones now. That's what I'm down to, and I'm like, good to go. Carry my phone, my wallet. That's it.
I know, but you think everything simplifies, because I remember I used to be a DJ, although I have just picked up a really nice presenter's job on UK health radio.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah. But what I was going to say is, in the olden days when I was very, very young, I remember my uncle having one of these phones that lasted about 15 minutes, was about, I don't know, A4 size.
Yeah, they're big. Yeah.
And now our world is all in I mean, I shouldn't use the word Apple phone, but because everything Apple that I do, and your whole world's on there.
Yep.
That's it. And it used to be, if you lost your phone, you lost everything. But you don't now, do you? Because it's all on the cloud.
Right, yeah.
So everything is getting so compact and easy. I mean, you used to have bills through the door, but now you can have them through email.
Right.
So the life is becoming to the point where we really don't have to have as much clutter as we used to.
Right.
But we are going along that trend. You know, if you think about your phone, your handbag.
Yep.
Shopping. How many tins of baked beans have you got?
How many what?
Tins of baked beans have you got in your cupboard?
I think one.
Yeah, I think we change.
Yeah.
When I was younger, my mum used to keep a storeroom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now we don't do that. So again, that's just freeing up space. You know.
Right. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
So that's what I mean about we are becoming less that way, aren't we?
Now so we're talking about Feng Shui and how to, create different things that we kind of want to happen or manifest in our lives. What is one mistake that people do while they're trying to do Feng Shui? Like, what's a common mistake that you see?
A common mistake is trying to do it too quickly. And too much at a time. So they go, right, I'm going to declutter today, or I'm going to work on that area, and they go and spend too much time, and then they get tired, and then they get bored, and then they don't go back to it. So I always say with Feng Shui, do bite size. When I go in to do consultations, I will give a consultation, but I will say, well, we're only going to work in these 3 areas. Don't worry about the rest. They're like, oh, we do the whole house. No. So that's a common mistake. I mean, you know, everyone says, oh, you've got to put the toilet seat down, or, you know, that sort of thing. And the reason they say that about putting the toilet seat down is it's all to do with wealth going down the toilet. So in my house, I live by the sea, so I have stones over all the sinks. So when the water goes out, when you let it out, it doesn't all go out in a whoosh, it just goes out slowly. So that's not a common mistake, but that's what people think Feng Shui is all about. I think the other one would be, I know, you're going to laugh at this, putting family members in your bedroom. Because they just think, oh, I've got mum and dad, you know, and you know, like people have these big tables and they have everything in there. No, it shouldn't be any pictures other than you and your partner, or just you if you're by yourself and then you want to encounter someone. And the other thing that people I've just remembered the biggest fault, right? Thank you for reminding me. So in the relationship area, people put a picture of themselves with their dog or with their cat. And then their relationship is more with the dog than it is with the cat, the person. So it's about just being the two of you. But people love to, you know, this is the love area. So they just put all their animals and things like that in there. So when you do your photos in the relationship area, if you're in a relationship, it should just be the two of you. If you're by yourself, it should be pictures of couples or elements that enhance that area.
Okay. Interesting. I don't have any pictures hanging up in my house. I have nothing. I'm terrible at it. They're in frames. Never hung them up. So the only thing I have up is a sign. I don't think you can see it from here, but it says, welcome, let's talk about serial killers. That's all I have, because I love true crime. But that's all I have, and it's down here. But yeah.
So in my fame area, saying that, I've got Brad Pitt in the Fight Club.
Oh, hey. That's a good one to have.
I went to a charity and had a few to drink and everything, and everyone, this picture came up, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I want it. And then I won it. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to get it home? It's like, so that's been in my fame area. So yeah, Brad Pitt, if you're out there.
Yep, that's right. Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be a really good one to have. He did plaster my walls back in the day when I was in school. So
yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Oh yes, yes. We're going up the hill there, but yeah. So but it's like, you know, one day I might be in America and he walks up the road and I'll be like.
Yeah, you never know. You never.
Well,
know.
you don't. You know, I many things that I've thought of. When I wanted a new car, I wanted a particular car. So I used my Chinese astrology. Went out on a day at a time. Went to this particular garage, and there was about 40 there. And I went with my partner, and I said, "Oh, I want that car over there." And the guy said, "Well, we've got 3 like that." Here, but it wasn't the same as my picture, my board. So they had to move a load of cars to bring my car out to the front, and literally it was his easiest sale because I'd actually manifested this exact car.
Wow.
I know. So I'm a huge manifester, and I just find using Feng Shui, when you use it the right way with the most positive energy, things start to come true. I've got an inner circle of people that I work with, and all of them, 4 of them this year wanted to move house, sell their house, buy another one. And we did it all in 1 month. All of them. Wow. I mean, it was amazing. Using Feng Shui, they had to put water features in the southwest this year, and they had to put their manifest board in the east, and they had to have everything. They had to show me their manifest board exactly, and we got to the point when it was negotiating for each house, which was interesting for me because my WhatsApp never stopped going off. And they were like, oh no, they want us to go up another 7,000. I said, hold on, no. Well, can we go back now? No. And then eventually, you know, when I said, yeah, right, it's a good time, they got their best deals. Very happy. And that's by using Feng Shui in the house along with Chinese astrology.
Yes. So that was my next question, because you did bring up the Chinese astrology and how you use that and you went out at a particular time. How does Chinese astrology and Feng Shui, how do they intertwine? How do you use them together?
So this is how I use them together. I use the year the house was made, built originally. I use the date of birth of the lead person in the house, and if depending on what they want, I look at how the house can support the energy of the person, and then bring the Feng Shui in to activate for the special day. So for the person that was this particular person who someone was giving them 200,000 for the house, but they wanted 203. They had to wait to a certain time. We had to put water in a certain area, Feng Shui wise, and then they could make the call between 3 and 5. Wow. And so it's a whole it's metaphysics basically, but you have to have the house working with you and your chi and the Chinese astrology at the same time.
Oh wow. I don't know. I think it would kind of overstimulate me.
No, but you come to me. You buy the book.
But that's right. Yes.
Do this. And as soon as you start to do it, honestly, you see, I've given so many people have bought it, and people who I don't even know have got through to my Feng Shui page or Instagram and said how amazing and how quick this started to change their lives. But that's the way I wrote it. I didn't write it. I'm not someone with big words.
Oh yeah, no, it does not. Yeah, it was very easy to read.
Thank you.
It's just sometimes, like, I can read things, but I have to. I'm like a person that has to be doing it, like you have to show me how to do it to process sometimes. I think it's just because I'm a very high-strung person and it takes a lot of focus for me to, like I can read something and be like, okay, but then I actually need somebody to show me a step of it and they'll be like, okay, I got it. You know what I mean? I'm just... Yeah,
and I'm that person. I'm the same. If something's broken, I go on YouTube. In fact, you've got it. I should go on YouTube and just do every house that I do and just do little videos of how you can do it yourself. The thing is, there'll be cats coming in. That's
okay. That's okay. Yeah,
another cat in the picture.
That's okay. That'd be actually kind of a cool thing. I mean, I think a lot of people would actually be interested in that. Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%. What do you hope that your readers take away from this book?
I want them to take away that they can change their lives. They can literally change their lives by using Feng Shui. It's so simple. It is so simple. It's about knowing what you're doing, which is obviously in the book, Feng Shui Ways of Abundance, really wanting it, really wanting it, and then actioning it, and then it happens. That's when the magic happens.
Yes, I do need to try to do this stuff. I've tried, people say to manifest things, and I'm like, okay, I must be doing it wrong because everything is just going down the pot.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? I think manifest is the new magic word for magic, yeah? But do you ever really know things and you think things and you feel very positive about it and then something happens, you just know that that's going to be like it is, right? So as a youngster, I learned that feeling, and because of that feeling, I learned to see it in other things, and that's what they use the word manifest, but it's using that intuition that's inside us that makes us feel, that is the way to go, and if I do something, I will take the results of whatever happens because it's what I really felt should be done. So that's what it's the feeling inside. That feeling when you pick up that chocolate bar and you go, oh, I'm going to enjoy this chocolate bar. But it's about when you go to buy your next car, it's going, is this the right car? And you sit in it and you go, no. But you sit in it and go, oh, this is the right car. It's that feeling. So manifesting is just that feeling, but holding on to it and then reusing it in a really positive way. And this is the year of the wood snake in Chinese astrology, and wood snake is all about intuition. So it's listening to that inner voice and not arguing with it.
Gotcha. Okay. I think I need to pay more attention to that. Along with other things, and just kind of declutter some too. Now, where can our listeners find you? Like if they have any questions or if they want to get your book, where can they find it?
My book's on Amazon, and I think Barnes and Noble. Yeah, that's it. You can email me via my website, which is www.janinelowe.co.uk. And I also have a Facebook page, which is just Janine Lowe Fengshui, which I put lots of stuff up. Like what we're doing today will go up there. It's got a huge following on there. It's funny because people are like shy, they don't make comments on it, and then suddenly I get an influence. You see my inbox, it's like some questions, just put Janine Lowe with the E in Google or whatever, and I'll come up all over it.
Perfect. Well, it was an absolute pleasure talking to you as always.
Thanks.
Good luck with your new endeavors, and you said it was in radio, right?
A radio presenter for UK Health Radio. Yeah, very cool. Exciting. Start in April.
Oh, that's so exciting! And then, and then just enjoy your year off from writing, and we'll see what happens in the future then.
Thanks, Alison. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, and peace out.